raffle it. Label scribble on paper, they want to shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
On one, ready?
Right to the air is Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. The Bengals at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Chase Claypool on the receiving end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson finds his man. It's Kohler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards. Here we go. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot hard.
Touchdown, Bengals. Josh Oliver, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. It's safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on this.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
12. 11 mighty.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And down he'll go at the 25. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The slot man in motion right. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now Burrow on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jackson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they send a running back in motion right. 2nd down and goal. Jackson, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Play action. It's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
11 empty, take 11.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 16-yard touchdown, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Bengals are going to get the football back at their own 17. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
11.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that one complete once again to Higgins.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. 11.
throwing again on second down. Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He sets to fire deep. And now here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. They go play action with Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very solid gain of 27.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Jackson fighting his tight end Andrews for the Ravens, first down. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gabriel Davis, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Nixon. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Here we go. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. 11.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Open net, it's complete to Higgins. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year as they have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown when the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. team. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That will tie the game.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 88 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow steps away to his left. This pass complete to Higgins. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here we go, here we go.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
11 mighty.
Burrow looking to pass. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Here we go. 11, Tommy.
First down. Here's Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Here's Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal. You could go for it. Or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
11.
To throw, Burrow. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
11 empty.
Throwing, Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing, Jackson. Dobbins with it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Jackson. He's got Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Jackson to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
23 yards on the play. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle.